Now, a charity set up to help homeless Scots in London has warned youngsters considering a move to the city in search of work to think carefully before they do. Borderline says that while many Scots have made successful careers in London, many others end up on the streets. Harry Smith reports.
No one knows for certain quite how many people sleep rough on the streets of London, but despite the authorities' commitment to end scenes like this by 2012, agencies concerned with the homeless estimate the figure at between 3,000 and 4,000. And at this time of the year, life on the streets really is rough.
It's estimated that up to 14% of those sleeping rough on the streets of London are from Scotland. Many have drug and alcohol problems. Many are youngsters who've run away from home, hoping they can find work here in a city where they believe the streets are paved with gold. The reality they soon find is something quite different.
Scots who find London is not quite what they expected often find their way to these offices just off Covent Garden, home to two charities, Scots Care and Borderline, which runs a telephone helpline.
Good afternoon, Borderline, well speaking. You're homeless and you're in London.
Because usually they're fleeing from Scotland for a number of reasons. It could be domestic violence, it could be drug abuse, it could be debt. So they come to London with the expectation that they can make a better life here, and that's not always the case. The problems in London are probably greater than they are back in Glasgow or Edinburgh.
It was at Borderline's office that I met James from Dundee. After years on the streets and battles with alcoholism and prison, he's now been helped to a university degree and a home of his own.
I know I had the determination at the time, and I would have surmounted anything, I think, the way I felt at that time. But they made it a hell of a lot easier for me with the financial help, and not only the financial help, but with the encouragement through the financial help and the people here as well.
The charities help in many ways. Although it's becoming increasingly difficult, they try to find a bed in a hostel like this, but sometimes all they can do is offer food vouchers or a sleeping bag.
One of the things that we do, we have an agreement with the Scottish Record Office to get somebody's birth certificate, and that's often essential to get identity, to get benefits. We offer advice on housing and benefits.
With recession biting and job losses predicted, it's likely more Scots will be tempted to try their luck in London. Borderline's advice is think carefully before you do. Harry Smith, STV News, Central London.